Well, it is a case gaining worldwide attention. A Georgia dad accused of leaving his own son in a hot car to die on purpose, possibly. Sadly, the boy did not survive, and now his dad is accused of murder.
There's still the question of whether it was actually an accident. The family car can be a potential hazard for anybody, especially in the hot weather.
Now, if you saw earlier, to demonstrate just how hot it gets, we put a thermometer in a car just a half hour ago to see how quickly it can heat up in there. And if we can get a picture of that, we'll show you where the degrees are.
Take a look. Just a minute ago, it was sitting right around 110 degrees already, and looks like it's gonna, oh, well, hi.
There we are.
Hot. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, who's that in the car?
Who's that poor unfortunate soul?
I don't know. Oh, is that Carolyn? No.
No.
No, it's Jess. It's Jess.
Oh, Jess is in the car.
Jess
oh my gosh.
is in the car.
Jess, get the heck
It's
out of there.
110 degrees in there.
Wow.
Not safe for anybody. Dr. Wendy Anderson-Willis is here this morning from Nationwide Children's Hospital to talk a little bit about how dangerous it can be when things get really, really hot. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Worse for kids than for adults?
Absolutely. Kids' bodies warm up about 5 times faster than adults' bodies do.
Wow.
So they don't need to be inside a parked car ever.
Ever.
Mm-hmm.
Ever.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we were all very surprised. And a couple of the things that happened. Number one, certainly, is the concern for heat stroke. Mm-hmm. And is that how this starts and then it elevates from there?
Yes. So 70% of heat stroke occur in children under age 2. We know that under age 2. Wow. So we know that about 50% of parents just absolutely forget the child is in the car.
Wow.
Laws change. We ask parents to keep our kids safe by putting them in the back seat in rear-facing car seats, and that saves thousands of lives. But at the same time, it makes it a little bit harder to remember to take the child out of the car.
If you're in a hurry and forget they're in the back seat. 30% of the kids got in the car and couldn't get out.
Yes, so if you have a parked car at home, you want to keep it locked, because once they get inside, they can't always maneuver to get back outside of the car. They may be hiding or playing, but it's just not a safe situation for kids.
Remember when we were kids, we used to go play in the car
yeah,
all the time.
Most definitely. Sure. And then 20% of caregivers possibly intentionally
20%?
I don't think the parents understand that the car is going to warm up so quickly. They think, oh, it's 70 degrees, I'll crack the window, you'll be fine, I'll be right back out of the post office.
Wow.
And really, that's not true. That car heats up very, very quickly. It's
We've
not
seen
safe.
that this morning, just in the half hour that we had that
very quickly
in the car.
No doubt about it.
Absolutely. So heat stroke, what is that?
Basically, when the body temperature goes up above 104, it happens because you're in a hot situation for a prolonged period of time, or because you're exercising outside and you're just kind of asked to continue even though you're really, really hot.
Your core just keeps going up
and
up and
up.
up.
Yeah. So many things happen to the body that damage the body, and sometimes if we find out early enough, we can take the child to a cool area and kind of work some things out and keep them safe, but other times it results in the worst.
Well, if you have a fever of 104, I mean, you're in the hospital at that point and really taking it. So, yeah, heat stroke 104, yeah,
That's
absolutely.
Terrible. Now, how often do you see that at Children's Hospital? Do you know? Do they see that often?
Well, if we look at the numbers nationwide in terms of what we're seeing in terms of heat stroke deaths and things like that, we've had about 600 deaths since about 1998.
Wow.
So the actual number of deaths spread out over the nation over that many years, but I would say if you're looking at the number of kids who are doing things, playing outside and kind of getting heat-related issues, those numbers are very, very high. So we see lots of children in the emergency room for heat-related issues, but we oftentimes are able to prevent heat stroke.
So if you're there in the car, it's 110 degrees, and again, this has only been in the last 30 to 40 minutes, how quickly that has warmed up. Once you end up with heat stroke, what do we do? What's our next step?
So we want to get the child out of the car, the adult, whoever's in the car, we want to get them out of the car. We want to take them to a shaded area. We want to make sure we call 911 immediately so that we have emergency services on the way. We want to make sure that we take off the clothing that they have on and we mist them with water, get wet towels, put wet towels on them. If we have ice packs, wrap it up in something and put that on the child, but we really want to cool that body temperature down. If the child is conscious and able to drink, we want to make sure we get them hydrated also.
So get them help. Absolutely.
Absolutely.
And I like the idea of putting your purse, put something important that you know you'll need to grab when you get to your destination.
Yes.
Put it in the back seat next to the child.
Absolutely, Sean.
Wow. Thank you
Wendy,
so
thank you.
much.
My pleasure.
Great
Appreciate that.
information
That's
this morning. Thank you.
startling how quickly it got hot in there, isn't it?
In just a matter of minutes,
Yeah, that's
it
really
warmed
startling.
up more than 30 degrees. We've got a big event coming up at the North Market this weekend. It is the Ohio Wine Festival.
Oh boy, that doesn't sound fun at all. We'll take a look at the best ways to serve your favorite bottle and a few gadgets that go along with that. So that's all coming up next on Good Day Columbus.